Welcome to Shortcasts, your source for key insights and summaries of podcasts. In this episode, we delve into a haunting mystery that has baffled investigators and shattered a family for over 3 decades. The disappearance of Stephen Clark, December 28, 1992, began like any other day for Doris and Stephen Clark. As Doris described it, it was a nice enough day, perfect for a mother and son walk along the picturesque Saltburn pier in England. Little did they know, this walk would mark the beginning of a haunting mystery that continues to this day. Stephen, a 23-year-old apprentice, excused himself to use the restroom, a seemingly ordinary act that took an unimaginable turn. He never returned. Doris's initial concern morphed into frantic worry as she waited for her son who never emerged. He wasn't there, she recounted, her voice filled with the lingering pain of that moment. Doris and Charles, Stephen's father, both former police officers, immediately launched a desperate search. Their efforts were met with an initial setback. Police enforced a 24-hour waiting period before filing a missing person report for someone Stephen's age. This delay, coupled with the later revelation that all records from the initial investigation have vanished, raised disturbing questions about the effectiveness of the early efforts and the possibility of crucial information being lost. Weeks after Stephen's disappearance, a glimmer of hope emerged with reports of potential sightings. A family friend claimed to have seen Stephen in Redcar, a nearby town, while another individual placed him in Saltburn with an unidentified older man. These sightings offered a lifeline for the family, a possibility that Stephen was still out there. However, inconsistencies in the reports and the lack of concrete evidence cast a shadow of doubt, leaving the family grappling with the agonizing uncertainty of Stephen's fate. In 2020, the case took a shocking turn that would forever alter the lives of the Clark family. An anonymous letter, sent to police 2 decades prior, resurfaced. Its contents, kept secret from the family and the public, led to the unthinkable: the arrest of Doris and Charles on suspicion of murdering their own son. The accusation sent shockwaves through the community and left the family reeling. Victoria, Stephen's sister, described the moment police arrived at her door. "They asked me if Charles and Doris Clark were my parents. When I nodded, they told me they had been arrested on suspicion of murdering my brother." Doris and Charles were subjected to intense interrogation, with police employing tactics that aimed to pit them against each other and extract confessions. Doris recalled the aggressive questioning. "The officer told me I was violent, controlling, and a murderer. They basically said, 'Just tell us where Stephen's body is.'" Despite the emotional and psychological pressure, the Clarks maintained their innocence, their love for Stephen their only shield against the onslaught of accusations. Their backyard was excavated, their lives dissected, yet no evidence of foul play was found. Meanwhile, the media frenzy surrounding the case intensified, forcing Victoria to make the difficult decision to shield her own family from the public eye, while simultaneously advocating for her parents' innocence. In a surprising turn of events, the anonymous letter writer came forward. She admitted having no connection to the Clarks and confessed that her letter was based solely on a feeling, not on any factual basis. This revelation led to the official clearing of Doris and Charles as suspects in 2021. The Clarks, vindicated but forever scarred, were left to pick up the pieces of their shattered lives. The ordeal they endured, fueled by unfounded accusations and a flawed investigation, compounded the pain of losing their son. Today, Stephen's disappearance remains unsolved. The cold case unit continues its investigation, but the lack of evidence and the passage of time present significant challenges. Victoria, along with her parents, remains steadfast in her pursuit of truth and justice. "We just want to know what happened to Stephen," she shared, echoing the sentiment of a family that has endured decades of heartache and uncertainty. If you have any information about Stephen Clark's disappearance, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem, please come forward. Your contribution could be the missing piece that finally brings resolution to this enduring mystery and offers a glimmer of peace to a family that has suffered for far too long. If you're in the UK, you can speak to the cold case team directly by dialing 101. Or you can remain anonymous and reach out to Crimestoppers at 0800 555 111. If you're intrigued by this episode, search for Missing Stephen Clark from Crime Junkie to listen to the complete podcast. Thank you for joining us. If this episode has sparked your curiosity and you're eager for more, remember to like, share, and subscribe for more shortcasts.